Hi YouTube, it's Coily Diaries back with another video. It's been a minute, guys. Yes, I thought I'd do this video way earlier than I am, but unfortunately life happened and it couldn't happen at the time that I wanted to do it. But anyway, I'm here now. If you're new to my channel, be sure to subscribe. I do natural hair videos and share a little bit of everything really within my life, but predominantly I like to talk about my natural hair. In this video we're going to talk about where I've been, pretty much a bit of a life update requested by you guys. I did a poll asking you guys, do you want us to go straight into natural hair, or should we, do you guys want to know what's been going on, where I've been? And you guys want a bit of an update before we get into natural hair, which is fine by me. So thanks for your concern. So be sure to subscribe, click that notification bell so you don't miss out on videos that I post. Without further ado, let's get into this video. I have been off the internet for months, and for anybody that knows me, I have been consistent. So this is 2022. Last year I was really consistent with my content, posting twice a week, and I just dropped. I think it was around, was it November or December, when things just went quiet, and I got a lot of messages, emails, comments, under some of my videos from you guys just asking like, where are you? We miss you, what's going on? Hope you're okay. And it's actually quite nice to receive messages of people checking on you, because when you're on YouTube, a lot of times you just think, it's just YouTube and these people don't actually care. But it's nice to know that you guys care. And I know even if you didn't text me or send me a message, I'm sure you wondered at some point, where is she? She's been quiet, etc. So shout out to everybody that checked on me, thought of me, prayed for me, whatever the case. Thank you so much. I have missed you guys as well. No joke. And I wish that, yes, I would have made more content a few months ago, but it just didn't happen. So I'm here to talk about a bit of a life update, where I've been, what's been going on. I'm gonna try to keep this short and not keep you up here too long. So the first thing, there's only just two things that have happened. The first thing, and one of them is obviously major. The other one is what you guys know already, COVID. I live in a little town called Alice Springs in Australia, and we hadn't really experienced COVID here per se. But then right around the end of last year, we got COVID, we got cases. We have a lot of Indigenous Australians living in Alice Springs. So, some of them are really vulnerable and at risk, like high risk of getting COVID and developing, complications and hospitalization due to COVID. So there was a lot going on with work, lots of adjustments happening. I had to, step up my game with work. There were a lot of dynamic changes that I had to put my energy towards that are work related. And obviously myself and my family, we had to, brace ourselves. If we get COVID, what's going to happen? Try and keep your immunity up, things like that. So COVID happened. But that's just the tip of the iceberg, guys. I am pregnant. And I have been dealing with a difficult pregnancy. I don't know how deep you guys want me to go, but I'll just give you an overview of what's been going on. I was planning to get pregnant sometime this year. However, I got pregnant late last year. It's a miracle baby. When we did get pregnant, we were not trying per se. Like, we wouldn't mind getting pregnant, but we're not trying to get pregnant. We were told that, there were some issues and we probably wouldn't get pregnant right away without, putting certain things in place. So we, went to town. Surprise, surprise, God did his thing and I was pregnant. And first 4 weeks, breeze. We were excited. So before I even get into how things have been going, when I discovered I was pregnant, I couldn't believe it. I was actually in denial. I thought to myself, this can't be happening. It's not planned. I mean, given what we knew about, our health and what was going on, like, this is not right. But yeah, I missed my period. I think I was 2 days late. I have a consistent cycle. 2 days late. Being a nurse, obviously I had a kit in my bag just randomly. Don't ask me how that even gets to happen, but I had a kit, tested, I was positive, and I'm like, what? I took another one and it was positive, and I told my husband. He was in shock, guys. For 30 minutes, like, there was just silence. Like, he was quiet, I'm quiet, we're just like, what is this? But yeah, it sunk in eventually. The following day, it was an evening when I discovered. The following day, I went out and got more kits, and I tested myself like 9 times before it sunk in. Comment below if you've had this experience before, where you discover you're pregnant, but you're in such disbelief that like one test just doesn't cut it. I had to take 9 tests. But anyway, it's confirmed I was pregnant, etc. I'm not going to go into detail of what happened then. However, first 4 weeks, I was 4 weeks pregnant at the time. Went to the doctor, confirmed everything. I felt all right, other than just a little bit tired. Guys, come week 7, week 8, I started feeling a little bit of nausea. Nausea. I think end of week 8, I started vomiting. I'm like, oh, well, it's the morning sickness, whatnot. Guys, it got crazy. I started vomiting like 5 times a day, had nausea all day long, couldn't keep a lot of my food, not aversions, but like the number of foods that I couldn't eat was ridiculous. And being in a foreign land, like, diaspora, like, I'm African, so my cravings were very African. I was craving authentic African food, sads and shima, and my traditional relishes, which, yeah, we couldn't find here. So pretty much first trimester, I survived on maize meal. For those who don't know, maize meal and greens like bok choy or any greens, maybe cabbage sometimes, but that was it. And I had to eat little bits of it, otherwise I would vomit. The fatigue went to a whole new level, guys. I was so tired. I would sleep all night. I would sleep whatever chance I get. I would sleep in the afternoon. I would be dozing at work. My goodness, I couldn't come out here and do a video. Like, zero. I couldn't do a post. I couldn't edit a photo. Like, oh. So that was, kind of like first trimester. It sort of seemed as though things would settle, as people would tell you, oh, it's just first trimester, things should settle by the time you get into your second trimester, around maybe 14 weeks. And definitely at 20 weeks, you'll be fine. So I was getting encouragement like that. However, it was almost like I was expecting for the symptoms to decrease, but they were like constant, if not just increasing a little bit. So I think it was week 12, I had some bleeding, and we decided to go to the emergency room because we were like, what's going on? Obviously you want to make sure nothing's wrong with the baby, etc. However, they confirmed you're definitely pregnant, baby's fine, but you've got fibroids. I knew I had fibroids. Sorry guys, I have to spit in here. I've got an excess of saliva production. I'm sorry, but give me a moment. So they tell me you've got fibroids, and it does cause a little bit of bleeding sometimes, and being early pregnancy sometimes, the implantation and, just the pregnancy settling itself in your body, etc. So it wasn't anything scary, but they said, if it continues, come back. However, I was fine, good to go, no worries. Fibroid, Like, I knew I had fibroids from a while ago, but they were like this small, right? This time, they're like, there's 2 of them and they're growing. Okay, they're growing. At that time, I think they were like 5 centimeters. It's like, Lord, I need you. I cannot deal with all this difficulty plus fibroids. As though that was not enough, we go to our, I think it was 12-week scan, and the lady, didn't say anything. As you know, sonographers, they just show you, oh yeah, baby's fine. That's the little arm and that's the little leg, and we're like, oh, thank God, everything's fine. However, when we went to see the doctor now to get the results now of the ultrasound, is like, she was like, you've got placenta previa, which is like a low-lying placenta, which means that it could interfere with a vaginal birth. And she actually said that yours is overlapping the cervix, guys. So the chances of it moving out to give way to baby are close to none. Panic mode. Now I'm just like, actually, I don't want to lie to you, I don't panic easily. I didn't really panic, but obviously I wasn't happy about that information. Being 12 weeks, however, I discovered that doctor, she pretty much just scared us, because at 12 weeks, it's not the right time to be diagnosing placenta previa. You're supposed to wait until the 20-week scan to say for sure if the placenta is low-lying and if a vaginal birth is not possible. But she's like, nah, it's unlikely to move out of the way. This is going to be a definite C-section. You are a high-risk pregnancy. We might have to fly you out of this little town to a bigger town and a bigger hospital that can handle this high-risk pregnancy, especially if you are bleeding, or if you have a preemie baby. And just like, I put my trust in God for sure, but I'm human, so it did bring me down a little bit, and I was feeling some sort of way about it. However, we're just like, look, we take one step at a time, do things, handle things as they come. 14 weeks, guys, by God's grace, I have moved now. Well, one of my colleagues, my workmates, she's a midwife, she's like, try B6, because obviously being first trimester, I wasn't taking any medication for the nausea and the vomiting. So I was going natural, all raw and everything. But come 14 weeks, symptoms still there. She's like, try B6, take it like this, etc. We tried ginger, opening the windows. Like, I couldn't be in that house when my husband's cooking. Like, I would have to just be somewhere else, go away. Otherwise I'll just vomit. I'll just vomit by seeing him walk through the door. Movement, anything, the thought of vomiting would make me vomit. It was ridiculous. So I started taking B6. I'll put a photo of the one that I took if you guys are interested. But then I started taking that one, and it started to slow things down a little bit. I went from vomiting like 6 times a day to 3 times a day, which for me was an improvement. So I thought, oh, I'm on the mend. I'm sure it's gonna get better by week 20. Yeah, that was wrong. Come week 20, guys, I was like, let me get off the B6, because it looks like my body is adjusting now. I vomited so hard. Actually, that was not week 20, that was week 17. I vomited so hard that day, I could not keep anything down. Each meal I tried to eat, no matter how small, it would come back up. Water would come back up. Anything, like a bite of a meal would come back up. And I vomited so much that day in week 17 that I think at the end of the day, in the evening, I was now just vomiting blood. My esophagus, I think, was so irritated, I started vomiting blood. Like literally liquid blood coming out of my mouth. I was like, nah, we need to do something about this. So I went to see the doctor. The doctor put me on meds now, antiemetics. There's one called Restovit, there's ondansetron, I was still on the B6, and she gave me some, like a PIP, which is a proton pump inhibitor, which I was reluctant to take, but she's like, just take it when you absolutely need it. So those meds were sort of stabilizing me, week 17, and I thought, okay, I'm feeling better, Come week 20, I'm like, this is the week that, I survive, that this stuff goes away. Now, I got off the minute I got off the meds, vomiting constantly. And it actually got worse because this time I couldn't keep anything down at all. No water, no breakfast, no lunch, no dinner, no nothing. Fluids, nothing. To make matters worse, I was dealing with heartburn constantly. I had still have such intense heartburn. It feels like there's fire. It feels like I'm breathing fire, and there's, I don't know, something sitting on here. I can feel my food going up and down. It's disgusting, but it's reality, and that's the truth. Oh yeah, come week 20, I was still vomiting. I couldn't get off the meds. At the moment as I'm doing this video, I'm week 23 and I'm still vomiting. It's crazy. The only reason I'm able to come here and do a video for you guys is because I'm medicated, and I'm still nauseous and stuff, but at least I can speak to you guys, So unfortunately, in a nutshell, what I am dealing with is hyperemesis gravidarium, I think it's called. I'll just call it HG for now. And that's just when you have extreme vomiting. I'm not diagnosed by a GP, but I know that's the case because I can't keep anything down at all unless I'm medicated. I've lost weight, I think 3 kilos that I've lost. I'm panicking because I'm just like, oh, I'm supposed to be gaining weight, but nothing. So yeah, that's what I've been dealing with, guys. And as you can imagine, it's just been difficult. It's been difficult for me to plan, to strategize, to do anything YouTube related, Plus I'm still working full time. I've had to take time off work here and there when I'm really feeling sick. But yeah, I'm still unwell, unfortunately. And it's 23 weeks, and I've just made up my mind and settled within myself that it's likely that I'll have this for my entire pregnancy. And obviously on top of that, I'm away from my family, I'm away from my friends. I don't really have the support system I should have while going through this. It's quite a bit of a lonely time. I mean, I give my hats off to my husband. He's done it all. He's taking care of me, no question about it. But it would have been nice to have mom around, I'm having to stress because the borders as I speak are still closed. We're trying to get a visa for my mom to come here and look after me, but we're just hoping for divine intervention. I'm trying to look at baby stuff. I'm trying to prepare for the baby while feeling yucky. I mean, there's a real conception. What is that the word? Like, there's a deception out there about what pregnancy is really, because obviously there's a bit of a taboo. You don't tell anybody you're pregnant in the first trimester, but really you should, because that's probably one of the loneliest times for a pregnant woman. They're going through the toughest of the symptoms when it comes to their pregnancy, but it's like hush, 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 However, when you look online, people are posting awesome photos of them pregnant, and wow, it just looks like it's an amazing experience. Like, having gone through it, I'm just like, where do these women get their energy? Because I've got none. Obviously putting into consideration that every woman's pregnancy is different and every pregnancy period is different. However, yeah, there's just not enough out there of women depicting the truth of what pregnancy really feels like, especially in the beginning. Anyway, that's pretty much what's been going on. God, in his divine mercy, has made it so that at work my current duties are not too heavy on me, not too stressful at all. I'm generally sitting down most of the day on the COVID hotline, just sort of taking calls, advising people, etc. But yeah, other than that, it's a bit of a breeze, and that is divinity. For me, that is just miraculous that God would put things in place for me, knowing what I need at this particular time. So I give glory and thanks to him. He's looking after me. My husband's looking after me. I'm well supported. I mean, I do talk to my mom and friends, and all of that. They're just not here with me physically. But yeah, I'm strong, feeling positive about it. I can't wait to come back full time on YouTube. I'm not back yet. Obviously, I can't do my consistent videos, but I'll try to get videos out to you every now and again. Hope you guys don't mind. But yeah, that's that. I think I'll do another video where I go into detail about, you know, other symptoms I've gone through, how I've been dealing with the HG, and, you know, little tips that I've used that work for me. Yeah, just to give you some idea around that. But in a nutshell, this is the update of my life, and that's the reason why I've been off YouTube. Miss you guys. Comment below, interact with me, and I hope to see you soon in another video, in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.